Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and in this video we're going to make a green chili cracked chicken dip, or spread, or filling. What I love about this recipe, besides the fact that it's super simple to make, is that it's essentially keto on demand. If you have a batch of this in the fridge, there are a number of different uses for it, and I'm going to show you a handful of them in this video, but really you're only limited by your creativity. It can be used as a dip, cold or hot. It can be used as a spread for crackers or to make a sandwich with, and it can be used as a filling, and I'll show you that too. Before we get to making the recipe, one of the ingredients in this is ranch powder, and there are a number of different brands of ranch powder that vary considerably in terms of the quality of ingredients. The best commercial brand that I've found is McCormick, which is what I'm going to be using in this. But I've also done a recipe if you want to make your own in bulk, and I'll link to that right up here, and I'll also put it in the end card. But with that out of the way, let's make this recipe, and then let me show you how I use it. We'll start with a chicken breast. I'm using canned chicken breast just for the sake of convenience, but if you want to make your own shredded chicken, that's perfectly okay. This is a 12.5 ounce can of chicken breast, but it's only 7 ounces once drained, or 195 grams. Regardless of what type of chicken you use, you're going to want to make sure that it's fully broken up before you start adding the rest of your ingredients, the first of which is some Philly cream cheese, 8 ounces softened, or 225 grams. Then, 1/2 cup or 115 grams of full-fat sour cream, and if you're interested in this variable measuring cup, I will include a link down in the description below. Then we have our ranch powder, 2 tablespoons or 20 grams, and like I said before, I'm using the McCormick brand. If you're not that into the taste of ranch, you can always dial that back to 1 tablespoon. Then we have some mild green chilies, diced, 4 ounces or 113 grams. 1/2 cup of bacon crumbles, 55 grams, and I'm using already crumbled and pre-made bacon. If you're doing your own, that'd probably be about 4 slices. Then we have 1 cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese, or 85 grams. And now we mix it all together. I'm using a spatula, but you could also use some non-stick beaters on a mixer. If you're using a spatula though, I do recommend a slightly bigger bowl than what I use. It just makes it a little bit easier. But there we go. That's it. There's the dip. So in terms of utilizing this dip, spread, and filling, the first way is just as a dip, a cold dip. Sometimes I'll dip pork rinds into it. Other times I'll spread it on a cracker. And sometimes I'll just spread it on a low-carb tortilla, roll it up, and eat it that way. Now, even though I like this dip cold, it really comes into its own once you bake it. It also works great as a filling for stuffed peppers, especially larger jalapenos, bacon wrapped. For the hot dip, just place however much you want into an oven-safe baking dish, and then add some extra sharp cheddar cheese. For the peppers, we're going to fill up these peppers from my garden, wrap them with some bacon, and then secure them with a toothpick. And these, both the dip and the bacon wrapped peppers, will go into an oven preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 205 degrees Celsius for around 20 to 25 minutes, or until the dip is bubbly and the bacon is cooked to your liking. After about 20 minutes, the dip definitely looking bubbly. The bacon though looks like it needs to go for a few more minutes. I'm going to let it go for 5 more. As for the dip, it's time to doctor this up a little bit with a little bit of sliced green onion, and then we're going to let it cool before we give it a taste. All right, the dip has cooled off enough that my wife is going to give it a try with a pork rind, even. She's going keto for a minute.
They're good. I used to eat them a lot. It's hot.
Oh yeah.
Good. Chicken, cheese, yummy.
Bacon.
Bacon, yeah.
Everything.
Pork rind.
Everything a growing boy needs.
Yeah, tastes really good.
I liked this a lot cold, but seeing it hot and all melty, oh boy, I'm excited. It is a great dip. Kind of salty, just so you know. And I don't know that pork rinds are the best when this is a hot dip, because the heat kind of does break down the pork rind a little bit. Pork rind's great when it's cold. You have to figure out a better a better delivery mechanism for when it's hot. But coming right up is going to be the bacon wrapped peppers. That's the best yet. Surprisingly, even with the extra bacon, this is actually less salty. And the pepper is, I'm speechless. I love this stuff. One thing I haven't tried, but it's next on my list, is making some quesadillas with these, using some low-carb tortillas. And if I come up with any other really clever ideas, it may be a future video. I will include a link down in the description below to the printable recipe with all the macronutrients. And I'd be curious, if you try this dip out and come up with some creative uses, what are they? Let me know down in the comments below. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you found it useful or entertaining or helpful or any of those things. If you did, please click that like button. If you're not a subscriber already, tap that subscribe button, then hit the bell to turn on all notifications. And if you'd like to get some extra behind-the-scenes info on what's going on with Serious Keto, as well as never miss any of my videos, sign up for the Serious Keto newsletter. Link down in the description below. It comes out once a week, no spam, and I will never sell your email address to anyone. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.